Do you think it is just money driven though?
No, it's not just money driven. He knows that if he comes lacking, Crawford gonna beat him. Crawford knows if he comes lacking, Canelo gonna beat him. No, it's not money driven at all. Money just was a good reason to make the fight happen.
Terence is a tremendously skilled fighter. So is Canelo a very skilled fighter, but he doesn't have the same skill set as Terence does.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you, man. To interact together, what is it in your mind?
I think he's just used to the stage. You know what I'm saying? It's a different stage, man. But I don't know, man. It's like
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez delivered the spectacle fans had been waiting for. After the fight, boxing pros reflected on the atmosphere and build-up with real admiration. They noted how well Crawford handled the Mexican crowd and the intensity of the fans. Both fighters showed mutual respect and carried the weight of history on their shoulders. Canelo risked his legacy at super middleweight, while Crawford sought to become a three-weight undisputed champion. Analysts agreed it was a huge ask, yet Crawford's poise and poker-faced focus convinced many that he belonged at the elite level.
Took the boos from the Mexican fans really well, and then towards the end of the press conference, he's so succinct and pithy in everything he says, Bud, that his supporters eventually came to the fore in the arena. He's incredibly popular. Canelo's he's not arrogant, but he's got so much self-belief. And then it's like a game of ping pong, back and forth all the time. Great atmosphere. We've had a brilliant day interviewing so many people about it. Today makes me feel really stoked about this fight now.
Stoked is a great word.
Stoked.
There's a lot of respect between both guys. I think they both know what they've got themselves into. Obviously, Terence is on the precipice of history. Three-weight undisputed champion, not been done in the modern era. And obviously Canelo Alvarez, he's taking a big risk here. He's fighting what everybody's saying is the smaller guy. But when he was up on that stage, both guys paying an awful amount of respect to each other, both admitting that this is a 50-50 and could go either way.
Yeah, no nostalgia. They were asked about nostalgia and the biggest fight of their lives. Neither man wants to think about those things. They know they've got an elitist fighter in front of them. Canelo, like you say, has his legacy to lose in many ways that he's created in recent times at super middleweight, being undefeated in that division for six and a half years against a guy that's come up from lightweight. Let's not forget that he beat Ricky Burns to win the world title at the beginning. It's a massive ask for Terence Crawford still, but there's that feeling in all of us that he is capable of doing it, and he presents that the whole time. He's got this poker face. He's got this ability to respond in the right way to everything.
Crawford at the higher weight proved he could earn Canelo's respect by not backing away and standing firm in exchanges. Observers noted how he didn't adopt a purely defensive Mayweather-like style, but instead stayed true to his own approach, mixing sharp counters with smart movement. Canelo's pressure and power were constant reminders of his dominance at super middleweight, while Crawford's composure and adaptability highlighted his greatness. The bout carried echoes of past challenges Canelo faced, yet felt unique in its intensity.
At 168 pounds. It is going to be a bit of a mystery how he comes into this weight class. There were some rumors of a shoulder injury. I'm not putting any stock into that because I don't think we can unless there's anything official really out there. Point being, there's a lot of question marks around Terence Crawford. This video, we are going to suppose that those question marks are answered in full force by Terence Crawford being an absolute monster at this weight class. It's a lot of assuming, but it's kind of what we have to do to see the best version of Terence Crawford in this fight. So let's assume the weight doesn't bother him. Let's assume he is fully healthy, not injured. Let's assume that Canelo's power is not too much from him coming up from 147, 154 to 168. Let's assume all that's true. How does Terence Crawford win this fight? Number one, he has to get Canelo's respect early. Terence Crawford is not going to fight this fight on his back foot, circling around the ring like William Skull or Edgar Berlanga, any of these guys that got hit by Canelo and went, ooh, no, I don't want any part of that. That can't happen. And do not forget, by the way, that Charlo was 154 undisputed champion.
When the dust settled after this monumental clash, many echoed the sentiments of Carl Froch and Hamza Shiraz. Crawford's skill set, timing, and ability to hold his composure on such a massive stage left a lasting impression. At the same time, Canelo's legacy loomed large throughout the bout. He has faced the likes of Gennady Golovkin and Floyd Mayweather. opponents who pushed him to refine his craft, and that experience shaped his presence in this fight. His power remains a force that demands respect, not just from the crowd, but also from every analyst observing ringside. The bout showed the fascinating balance between Crawford's frightening precision and Canelo's tried and tested strength at the highest level. It was less about proving who was better and more about highlighting the greatness of both men, one solidifying his reputation and the other continuing his legacy.
Talk about Crawford, Canelo, before we move on to you and Canelo. Who you got for this? I mean, this is an exciting fight. What's your pick for this one?
I think Canelo's going to win rounds 8 to 10 knockout.
You think he'll get the stoppage, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's going to get the stoppage. I think...
Are you basing that just on size? Or?
No. It's a little bit on size, but I think Crawford's ego is not going to let him box. You got to remember,
so you think he's going to take him on?
Yeah. And I think he'll do what he has to do at the start, realise it's not going to work. Later on, try and match him, and that's it. Game over.
See, I think if Crawford's got to do the job, it's got to be boxing, moving, keeping that.
That's the only way it can be done. He can't fight him, can he?
No, he can't fight. And you're saying there he gets drawn in because he just might do because he's unbeaten. He fancies himself as a bit of a tough. Well, he's tough, isn't he? He's tough, strong. He does everything well.
Yeah,
but at this weight, but Canelo was down at welterweight when he started, up at light heavyweight, and obviously been beat. He lost to Mayweather and lost to Dimitri Bivol. Bivol was too much for him. Back down at super middleweight now, that's probably his comfortable weight, and he just think Crawford's just not big enough.
Nah, I don't think he is, man. And the thing is, with someone like Canelo, you got to either throw punches in bunches like Bivol did, or you got to be there where he respects your power, like GGG and these guys. So it sounds a bit mad, but I don't think Crawford's got either or. He's talented, one of the best fighters in our generation, but you got to remember you're going up 2 divisions, 3 divisions.
Yeah, 2 or 3 divisions.
It's different. The game's different up there.
And Canelo's not going anywhere, is it? Because he got clips. You mentioned Bivol there, and Bivol smashed him with quite a lot of big heavy shots.
Yeah.
And he took it. Never been down, has
he ate it. And it didn't phase him. So I don't see how Crawford can hurt him, to be fair.
The contest highlighted the clear contrast between a natural super middleweight and a fighter daring to test himself at a higher weight. One side carried the advantage of experience at 168 pounds, showing the ability to absorb shots that would trouble most opponents, while the other relied on sharpness, adaptability, and relentless activity to match the pace. The exchanges showed flashes of power, timing, and high-level adjustments from both men, keeping the outcome uncertain throughout. As the rounds wore on, fatigue and pressure became factors, setting the stage for dramatic moments in the closing championship rounds.
It's quite difficult to read. Canelo's not as difficult, but Canelo's just so much more experienced. And yes, they're going to look physically the same, but he's the natural 168 pounder. He's the one that's taken shots from guys that probably on a fight night weigh in nearly 200 pounds, and he's been able to eat those shots, eat them. Right? I mean, we haven't seen Canelo wobbled since Miguel Cotto's brother wobbled him way back when, right? I mean, apart from that, this guy's taken shots off Gennady Golovkin. And anyone that can eat shots off Golovkin, I'm sorry, you've got my full respect, because we know how hard Golovkin hits. What will Crawford's legs look like after a few rounds against Canelo? Like, Crawford's going to have to be active. One thing Crawford's got to understand as well, it's in Vegas. If you want to beat Canelo, you got to beat Canelo. A bit like Bivol did. You've got to make sure there is no arguments. It's all said and done. I did way more work. So Crawford's got to be busy. Canelo, we just know, isn't going to revert back to Canelo of 6-7 years ago. It ain't going to happen. So what Canelo does do is he tries to hurt you with one big shot now. He won't load up. He'll tap you, then bang. I think we've seen that, especially that shot he throws where it looks like he's going to go to the body, then he goes up top. He's really good at that shot. So Crawford's got to look out for that. I think Crawford wins quite a few of the early rounds, and then I think the weight of Canelo's punches, the weight in Crawford's legs start to take some impact, and I think Canelo starts to eat a lot of the second half of the fight rounds, and then I think it comes down to who can do something in 11 and 12 championship rounds. I really do believe that's how it's going to play out. I've got a feeling that Canelo will hurt Crawford.